TCI Channel 63 presents the TCI Sports College Basketball Game of the Week.
Tonight from the Lepley Sports Center on the campus of Oakland University, it's the Oakland Pioneers taking on Northwood. Hi, I'm Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson here from the Lepley Sports Center. And Joe, we've got a good Pioneer team, won 3 out of their last 4 games.
Yeah, they're getting things going right now behind Dennis Kahn, mainly a transfer from Central Michigan. Tremendous rebounder, and Pioneers themselves, a great rebounding team, 10th in the nation in terms of rebounding margin, out-rebounding their opponents by more than 10 boards a game. Probably the key to the game today.
Okay, and Northwood coming off a big victory against Lake Superior State. They came on with a strong second half, and they're coming off a big victory, so they've got their hopes up too.
Yeah, their big thing is to come out with a strong first half tonight and not get themselves in a hole. It's going to be up to some of their big guys to try to get some rebounds and not let Oakland get that dominance. Probably going to have to make a lot of shots too, so that there's not a lot of rebounds to be gotten. Yeah. And then they can get some points on the board and not have to bang as much inside.
And a lot of local players on that Northwood team too.
That's right. Among them, Jerry Prescore in the center. He's from Waterford Mott. And freshman John Tillery. He's been contributing a little bit. He's from Royal Oak Shrine. Tonight he gets his first collegiate start here in front of all his family and friends.
Okay, stay tuned for the tip-off right after these messages.
It was against the rules to play in the car with my friends, and I knew it. I flattened Dad's new chicken coop.
It was me. I did it.
It's all right. I will never forget what Dad said that day. When you knew you were in big trouble, you still told the truth.
And we are so proud of you.
The important lessons in life are learned at home from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Back at the Lepley Sports Center on the campus of Oakland University here in Rochester, Michigan. Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson to bring you this contest between Northwood and Oakland University. Northwood 11-19. They are an independent. And Oakland University 8-8, 16-13. This last year is what we're seeing right here. This year's records, 3-9 overall for Northwood, 2-2 in the league for Oakland University, and 5-6 overall for the Pioneers.
Yeah, well, with Oakland University, they've got a lot of new faces this year. Lost a few key players from last year, in Eric Taylor and Lee Fitzpatrick. They're still making some adjustments. And Northwood, they're not in the GLIAC currently, but they will be either next year or the year after, depending on when they get their GLIAC standing and NCAA Division II standing back.
Here are the starting lineups for tonight. Tillery, Ryan, Prescorn, Davis, and Peck for Northwood. Eller, Stuck, Kahn, Borchert, and McGregor for the Pioneers. And we are underway as the Pioneers come up with it to start. Eller with the alley-oop inside and off the glass and back to Stuck.
That was something we had heard about prior to the game. They like to go to that lob down low to Dennis Kahn, and they went right off the tip and tried to do it.
Working it inside, the Pioneers. And in the paint, and a nice layup, but it wouldn't go for Kahn. And Borchert, number 4, is there.
Well, Dennis Kahn is the go-to guy on this team, and they're going to try to establish him right away. Played 3 years at Central Michigan and transferred for his last year of basketball here at Oakland University.
So Brian Borchert gets the Pioneers up 2-0 here in the early going. From way outside. And it won't go for number 23, Mike Peck, who is a very good three-point shooter. We'll talk about that later. As the Pioneers set up, they go for the 3, and it's in and out. Rebound strong by Mike Davis.
And so far, Northwood able to get those rebounds like we talked about in the open.
Inside, off the glass and in. Steve Ryan goes up strong for the first 2 points.
Ryan's going to be a key player today. He's averaging 11 rebounds a game, 19 points a game. He's got to have a strong inside game, and looking from his first time touching the ball, he's on his way to doing that.
Pioneers working the perimeter right now, trying to get it inside. Kahn gets it knocked away, still in. Northwood gets it right back.
Yeah, good awareness of where the out-of-bounds line is.
From outside, Mike Davis.
That was Peck, 23.
Correction, Peck. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Right,
just saw the bucket go down.
Well, Peck, if it's a long shot, and that was just inside the three-point line, but this guy's second in the nation in Division II in three-point field goals per game. So if you see a long one, just assume it's him.
Inside turnaround by Kahn, can't do it. Borchert and Kahn battle for it.
Yeah,
back out to McGregor. McGregor inside for 2 points, and it's good.
Yeah, Ty McGregor we've seen over the last few years. He's a junior. The guy can shoot the ball. A little problem with the clock. Buzzer went off.
17:42 left in the first half, all tied up at 4-4.
And Dennis Kahn and McGregor teamed up at Mayo High School. As you see Coach Greg Campy of the Oakland University Pioneers, and the two of them are playing for him now. And those two guys in 1989 helped lead that team to a Class D state championship.
That's right. Mayo had a big year. And there is Dean Lockwood, head coach of Northwood. Northwood going to be in the GLIAC next year. So this year they are an independent. Working inside and in and out. Northwood can't hit. It's all tied up 4-4 still.
Yeah, that was John Tillery, the freshman from Shrine High School. We had mentioned before, making his first start.
From way outside, Ty McGregor.
Yeah, that was almost NBA three.
Northwood working it outside now, driving the lane and trying to pass it in heavy traffic.
Yeah, he got a break there. He got a break that got knocked out of bounds because he threw it. Not a wise pass, really. There were two Oakland defenders there.
And we saw the new Elvis stamp, and then we're seeing a tribute to Elvis, worn by Mike Peck.
Let's call that like a little Elvis meets 90210 kind of look.
Yeah. Elvis with a update.
Yeah.
Ryan, you see right there, Steve Ryan, 19.4 points a game as a sophomore, his average.
And again, the 11 boards that he gets, he's probably going to have to get more than 11 to help keep Oakland off the boards.
Pass inside to Kahn, knocked back out, and McGregor was there. Kahn back out to Borchert. Borchert for three, it is good.
Great shot by Borchert. You know, you see the Pioneers almost forcing the ball inside to Kahn on every possession. And you got to give Prescorn a lot of credit. He's not letting anything happen down there. Kahn hasn't gotten on the scoreboard yet.
Northwood can't hit, but inside for the strong rebound is Steve Ryan.
There's Ryan. He followed Prescorn's miss, and so far they're doing a great job of controlling the boards, and they're not coming out flat, which I know was a concern of their coaching staff.
McGregor driving and fouled from behind as Mike Davis got him. Seeing a lot of action so far early in the game here, Joe.
And a lot of athleticism, a lot of pounding inside. Both teams trying to establish an inside game. And if this keeps happening, you see Ty McGregor driving. What will happen is everyone will pack in so much. Guys like McGregor, guys like Peck, they're going to have wide open three-point opportunities later in the game, and they could end up being the deciding factors to who wins this game.
Here's McGregor, a good outside shooter, and good at the free throw line here. McGregor down with 6 points on the night. Looking for his 7th, and gets it. And the lead for the Pioneers now 12-6 with 6:10 left in the first half, and they're going to the press. Northwood breaks it. Davis outside, and now trying to drive. That backs off. Good defense there by Borchert. Borchert again on Davis. Davis having trouble in the corner now, trying to drive. And nothing there.
That was foul on Eller there. He's playing just a little too close. Neither team has given up anything defensively. They're both hustling, playing this thing like it's the end of the game rather than the first couple of minutes.
Eller, that's his first. Team's first.
Inbounding is Peck to Tillery. Tillery back out to Davis now. And working the baseline. Inside now to Prescorn. Prescorn look for help. Tries to get it up top to Davis. Borchert on the steal. Pulls up himself. Puts it down.
And his teammates were a little late and trailing behind, and he really couldn't wait either to pass or to wait for a rebounder. He just had to take the shot, and it was there, and fortunately it went in for him.
Strong production from the guards for the Pioneers. Both guards.
That's an offensive foul.
Doing all the scoring so far, 7 points apiece, and that gives them 14. And wholesale changes now for the Pioneers. On the sideline here is a whole new core, a whole new 4 people coming out.
Well, I'll tell you, when a coach does that, that's usually to get a message across. Hey, he's not happy with the hustle and with the effort. And, what you hope for right now is that the 5 bench guys that come in, maybe they help you, but at least you hope they don't hurt you too much. In the meantime, the other 5 starters sit on the bench and think about the effort that they're given. Coach Campy isn't even giving them a tongue lashing. He's just going to let them sit there. They know what's going on. Let them think about it for a few minutes. When they come back in, probably in the next 3 or 4, they should give a lot more effort and be a little more hustling.
Pioneers come down with a whole new look now. Back out to Weller. Waslick, excuse me.
No, Waslick.
Keller is the one who went out.
Right. Well, Waslick, he's a local guy from Clarkston High School. He's a sophomore. Saw him last year play a little bit. Most freshmen aren't going to get a lot of time. He contributed a little bit last year, though.
Toby Matson in there also for Northwood, number 15. Here's Peck, a very good 3-point shooter. Back out to Tillery, excuse me. Peck inside for 2, and he gets it.
That's like a layup to a guy that shoots threes. Let him get warmed up. Yeah.
He's got 4 points, Mike Peck does. He averages 20.3 a game as a senior. Inside, and the foul on Tillery.
Yeah, the freshman from Shrine, an all-stater last year, getting his first start, as we had mentioned. What you're seeing here is they go inside to Burkholder, and he gets the foul. Got a lot of body on him there with Tillery. The kind of defense that Northwood's playing, packing it in, you're going to have to skip over to get an open shot, and that's what they tried to do, going from one corner of the baseline to the other. Obviously, when you do that, chances for turnover is greater, but there's nothing inside available to them right now.
And there's Jason Burkholder at the line, number 32 for the Pioneers.
Burkholder, a freshman from Blissfield, Michigan, 6'6" and a half. I guess they're pretty exact around here. 217 pounds.
He gets his second one down. Missed the first, and it makes it 15-8. In the corner, Tillery will fall. No whistle. Ball still in, as we can see it right in there. And they bring it back out.
Well, we see Wassup doing the same thing Ty McGregor did. He's not letting Peck get too open to get an easy 3.
They know they've got to cover him as he tries to get the 3 off. And a foul over the back.
And a foul there on Ryan.
And the foul as Brody picks it up, Andy Brody.
Coach,
let's take a look.
Well, you see right here, he's going after the ball and he falls over. And Dean Lockwood had just said to him, said, hey, once he's got the ball, just get back on defense. Don't try to make a steal like that. You're going to get a foul whether you hit him or not. And I'm sure he'll think it twice next time that happens.
Pioneers not afraid to go for the 3. Crum tried it. Inside Burkholder, couldn't get it to fall. And Priestcorn with the rebound. Here comes Northwood.
Priestcorn is doing a great job early in this game. Just controlling the inside and boxing out.
Inside, Burkholder working the line, works it well. Can't get it to fall, and a foul on Crum, it looks like.
Could be Crum, it could be Burkholder. There were 2 of them there.
Yeah. And maybe Burkholder. And it is. Let's take a look at the foul here.
Yeah, you see he's going to miss the layup as he's getting pressured inside by both Ryan and Tillery. It goes right over, and Tillery gets the rebound, and yeah, they both banged him. They just decided to call it on Burkholder.
Northwood really having trouble setting up their offense so far.
A lot of good defense being played both ways.
And there's a foul on the Pioneers.
If you're going to play tight defense, you're going to commit some fouls too.
Brody on the foul on Toby Batson.
Brody, a freshman from Utica, getting a little playing time right now. Is again part of that mass substitution.
A lot of local players in this game. goes for both sides, even on Northwood. The steal now for the Pioneers and the turnover. In the corner, Crum for two, couldn't hit. Rebound strong there.
Yeah, Ryan, once again, he knows how to get himself into position to get those rebounds.
Patrick is off tonight. He just couldn't hit there as he tried for the three again. Waslick passing on the run. It goes and will go to the line.
That was Crum. He took that right on the fast break, took it inside. He got the continuation on that, got the foul. Foul there was on number 15, Toby Madison. You see, it goes right through, got the hit while he was in the air, came up, put the ball off the glass, got the hoop, and he's going to get the foul after this timeout that was called by Northwood.
So Ken Crum puts it down, and we'll go to the line when we come back, but the timeout is called. And actually, the starters are coming back in for the Pioneers as they check in.
Yeah, well, one of the things we noticed was when the second five came in, you know, they didn't hurt them, but they didn't put, until then, they didn't put any points on the board. Pretty much kept it even.
Let's go down to the Northwood huddle.
You got that on touches. Touches inside. Defensively, there are 2 or 3 opportunities where we could have taken charge. Let's step in front rather than trying to reach, grab, and take charge. We can't get beat to the spot. Every shot, everybody. I want that ball reversed. You got that? We want the ball reversed. Now, guys, on makes, we're going to jump 12. Got it? 22-12 on makes. Let's go. Let's go. Team on 1, 2, 3.
Don't forget, next week it'll be high school action again as the Clawson Trojans take on the Avondale Yellow Jackets. That's next Saturday and Monday at 7 p.m. right here on United Artists, or TCI 63, as we see the new logo.
Well, one of the things we heard Coach Lockwood talking about in there was boxing out on every missed shot. And that's very key for Northwood throughout this game because of Oakland's dominance on the boards throughout the season. The other thing he said was, hey, off of made shots on our part, we'll press. And on defense, get in their face, make them work. Offensively, and we'll see them do it, they're going to try to reverse the ball a little bit, try to keep the defense a little more honest because they're just not getting open shots.
Pioneers have opened up an 18-8 lead, and the Northland still can't get it down. Here come the Pioneers again.
Yeah, Prescorn kind of forced that thing up, almost went in, but yeah, they got to get better shots than that. You know, they got 45 seconds to shoot it. You don't have to get it off in the first 15.
The starters are back in for the Pioneers, and get a chance to work their offense. Inside, Stuck, up and in.
Well, Stuck, yet another guy we hadn't seen until now. He's a freshman from Manton, 6'5", 225 pounds. Other than that, though, I think we've got starters in there. Yeah, and we do. We have 4 starters and Stuck playing in there right now.
A big 20-8 lead now for the Pioneers as they have a rested starting lineup in there. A foul now underneath.
That'll be on Kahn.
Kahn gets a foul, and Prescorn will go to the line.
I guess I better correct myself. I think Stuck did start, but we hadn't really called his name yet, so.
Let's take a look at the replay as Prescorn tries to get to the hoop.
Well, again, he's been trying to establish something inside throughout this game so far. He finally got a foul call. He's got to be able to either get to the line or more preferably get the field goals in. You know, he's 6'8". He's a big guy. I think he's about, well, they don't have his weight here, but you can see he's a big guy. He's on the golf team. I'm sure he drives it over 300 yards.
Kind of reminds you of the big John Daly there, huh?
Man, bigger than that. But you know, a golfer, you expect him to hit all those free throws because they say, you know, putting and free throws, same thing.
Yep. First trip to the line, they only get 1 out of it. Here come the Pioneers. They managed to keep the ball.
Yeah, once again, they were looking for that lob to Kahn that Northwood's very aware of.
Stuck, cross-court pass. Borchard up, and it's short. Rebound by Borchard himself. McGregor, 2-point territory, can't hit. Inside, strong. Kahn can't get it to roll, and Prescorn with the rebound.
And Kahn's having a tough time getting things going. Right now, it's almost a wash between him and Prescorn. They're both beating each other up, and neither of them's offensively doing anything, and both are having great defensive games.
Inside, number 41, Steve Ryan for 2.
Of course, if you're going to shut down one guy, the other inside guy should be open for the shots, and Ryan is taking advantage of that tonight.
from outside. Stuck can't hit. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Northmen will get it. The Northmen.
Yeah, they're going to say that went off Tom Ellers. He was scrambling for it.
Matson to bring it up, number 15. Not one of the starters, but he's got a lot of playing time in there tonight. 10:28 left in the first half. 20-11, the lead for the Pioneers. Prescorn, turn around, won't go. Rebound strong, though, by the guard, Borchert. All the way down to McGregor, off the glass, and he won't get the roll, though. Tillery battling for it, comes up strong for the Northmen.
Tillery, ref just told him watch those elbows. He came real close to getting a foul.
Prescorn with a good pass to Steve Ryan, and Ryan was hit.
That could be Dennis Kahn's second foul. Let's see. Oh, no, they decided to give it to Stuck. That could have been to either guy. Let's take a look. Prescorn goes inside, gets underneath, and passes it. Yeah, it was Stuck who hit him. And it was very clear. I mean, Kahn came in later, but when the ref was looking right at Kahn when he made the call.
Steve Ryan at the line for the Northmen.
Steve Ryan at the line. He's got 6 points tonight. He adds his 7th.
See number 35, Chuck DeBacker coming in. He's from Gladstone. He's a senior, 6'6". You know, at Division II level, 6'6", 6'7", that's good solid height. You know, at Division I, that sounds like a small forward, or, you know, if it's Michigan, it's a point guard. But Division II, that's a solid power forward, solid center height.
Ryan hitting, and here come the Pioneers now. 2013 the score.
Interestingly enough, that, you know, the foul wasn't on Dennis Kahn, but he's sitting right now. They put Burkholder in for him, let him rest a little bit more, and you know, he still hasn't gotten on track offensively.
Pioneers now setting up and taking their time.
Well, again, you know, against this defense, they've got to find some areas where they can make those skip passes over the defense and get guys open.
From the outside, and a three-pointer for Borchert. That's his second three-pointer. McGregor has one. And the Northman can't hit. Eller trying to go for the bomb, but he saw nothing there.
Yeah, they were looking for the fast break. It's not there. And what you'll now, if you watch, if they do the same thing, McGregor will pick one side, Borchert will pick the other, and then they'll skip the ball around and hope to find one of them open for the three-pointer. And if not, then they'll be able to try to pack it in. But if you can bring them out to guard that three-pointer, then you can just throw it inside and get a one-on-one play in the post rather than the entire defense converging on a guy.
Foul underneath on Stuck as he used his elbow. Crum checks in now for the Pioneers, and Stuck goes out.
Oakland foul number 25, Matt Stuck. That is his second.
Actually, even though, you know, there hasn't been a lot of running, with the amount of pounding going on, that wears you out, I think, even more than the run and gun style of basketball. So you've got to make a lot of substitutions.
Matson trying to drive against McGregor. The ball is loose and then picked up by Ryan from outside, and that's a three-pointer. Vanderwood getting in there. Jason Vanderwood.
He's a freshman from Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids.
Some young guys playing out here today and contributing.
Pioneers working the perimeter, looking inside to Eller now.
Wait, so they're going to get Borchert open over here, and they're not going to go to him.
Borchert almost got the rebound. Here come the Northmen quickly on a fast break. 3-on-2. And Barker with the rebound.
Again, Coach Lockwood telling this time Tillery, once they got the rebound, get back on defense. Don't try to pressure them like that.
Here's a three. Ken Crum with a three-pointer. He has 6 points off the bench.
Yeah, they're going to keep shooting threes till they come out and guard it. And once that happens, then they're going to get Dennis Kahn back in the game, and they're going to go inside to him.
Northmen almost lose it that time. Getting the hand on it was Borchert. And checking back in, big number 55, Prescorn. Jerry Prescorn checks in, and number 41, Steve Ryan, gets a well-deserved break right now for him.
And Dennis Kahn comes in now. I'm going to get that matchup again of Prescorn and Kahn. They'll be pounding each other inside again. We'll see now how Northwood guards those three-pointers when they get back on defense.
Burkholder heads out as you see him. Matson, no room there, so he gave it over to Prescorn. Inside now to Tillery. Tillery with two men, and you figure one of them's going to foul him, and they did. So Tillery going to the line on a shooting foul.
They called that one on Eller. One of the things that See, they got the ball in the high post to pre-scoring, and there's when they kicked it down to Tillery. What they wanted to do was bring Dennis Kahn out of there and open underneath, and Kahn is not respecting the jump shot of pre-scoring. He's kind of staying inside, and that's where you get that double team. That time they got the foul. But what they want is the easy layup, and it's just not going to happen. What's probably going to happen for that to be effective for Northwood is pre-scoring's going to have to take that open jump shot and make it and force him to come out and play him.
Saw Dean Lockwood there looking on. His team is down most of the game, and Tillery helps out of hitting both free throws. The press put on now by the Northmen. McGregor breaks it. Saw Lane, but then lost the ball. Also saw Eller in the corner. Trying to free a man down in the corner on this side.
Say Crum's got
McGregor. That's the man they want. Eller, but then back over to Crum and couldn't get it. And the Pioneers can set up again now.
And we saw the one risky thing about those skip passes a minute ago. Tillery almost made the steal, and if he steals it, he's gone.
We've seen a number of those passes that Borchard just tried to make right now, deflected by the Northmen. Here's Tillery, tough shot from the baseline, and a foul underneath from behind, and it looks like it's going to be on Kahn.
Yeah, and that should be Kahn's second foul. One of the things we'd mentioned, even though the Northmen haven't gotten a lead yet at all, they've stayed within 10 points throughout the game. You see Kahn came right over the back. You have to call that. Wassup's going to come in for Borchert right now. But they're keeping the score low. They're keeping it a defensive battle. And their problem this year, if they've had a problem, has been coming out flat, and they play a strong second half. So if they can keep it close, then they can try to steal it late in the second half. So far, they're doing a good job of that.
Chuck the backer at the line, and this is that one. Yeah, Priest's going to try to keep it in. He was out of bounds.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds before he threw it off the Oakland player's legs.
26-18 the score with 6:53 left in the first half. Pioneers, you see McGregor way up top trying to spread it out a little bit. A lot of movement underneath the hoop.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want to get Dennis Kahn one-on-one, but he's got to make the shot, though.
Pioneers come up empty-handed, and here come the Northmen now. Remember, they came up big in the second half against Lake Superior State. A good second half team, and now the well-rested Steve Ryan comes back in for Northwood.
Going to give Tillery a rest. And we'll see on offense this time if they spread it out again, because they did get Kahn the one-on-one offensive situation. He's got to convert it, but at least that time they weren't able to take Ryan or anybody else to double team on him and make him work even harder.
Waslick inside. Kahn had a move on Priestborn, and he puts it down.
Finally gets one in there.
And his first 2 points of the game.
Dennis Kahn was an all-state selection his senior year in high school at Mayo.
Kahn averaging 17.3 points a game. That's his first 2 points, and it's a good sign for the Pioneers.
Yeah, there he just made a steal defensively. That might have got him going all throughout for his overall game.
10-point lead for the Pioneers. They can add to it here. Kahn loses it, though, and Ryan comes up with it.
Well, you saw what happened there. Eller took it inside the three-point arc, and he was double-teamed. You got to back out and make him play an honest defense.
Steve Ryan, the leading scorer now for the Northmen, and he's got 10 points.
Doing just what he's supposed to do.
McGregor passing off at the last second to Kahn. He didn't expect it, and it goes out, and the Northmen get it.
Yeah, it's pretty clear right now that at least tonight, if you double team Kahn, you've got a good chance of shutting him down.
And Kahn is coming out of there, and Burkholder goes in. Let's take a look as Kahn lost the ball here.
Well, you see McGregor, he brought pre-scoring to him, and if Kahn was ready for the pass, and if it was a better pass, yeah, he'd have gone right in there and probably dunked it. But he's still just struggling to get his offensive game going. They're going to sit him down one more time.
Matson now guarded closely by McGregor, and back inside, and now out. Matson looking inside. Priestcorn at the top of the key, double teamed quickly and has to give it up. Tries to force a shot, and it goes back to Ryan, and a foul underneath, and the Pioneers they've really got to watch their fouls. They're getting in foul trouble early. 5 minutes left here in this first half.
Yeah, Crum came in and got that foul. He had to throw it. He was either going to get a 5-second call for the possession, or he was going to turn it over. Ryan got the rebound, went up, and Crum just came and blocked it. And even if you get all ball in that situation, they're going to call the foul.
Plank comes in now, number 30, and Crum heads out. The Pioneers have really got to watch their foul situation. They have 9 fouls right now, And any foul will get Northman to the line.
Well, actually, the next foul will get them 2 shots.
Yeah.
They won't have that 1-on-1 situation anymore.
Steve Ryan with 10 points on the night, trying to make it 11 here.
They're going to bring the 3-point shooter back in, Mike Peck.
So Peck, who is well rested now, comes back in. And Vanderwood comes out. Vanderwood hit the 3-pointer that Mike Peck was not able to hit.
Yeah, he hasn't, but got 49 of them on the season. And again, that's second in Division II in terms of 3-pointers per game.
Eller inside to Burkholder. Can't get the roll. Plank is there. Plank comes off the bench.
Yeah, real quick. He's from Bullhead City, Arizona.
I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah. Mojave High School.
Again, underneath.
You just know that Plank hasn't been enjoying the weather this week.
If you're from Arizona, I don't think so. Let's take a look underneath.
You see they're going to try to post up Ryan down there. Still came over to help out. And again, if you're going to swat at the ball, they're going to call the foul on you underneath.
At the line, Ryan hits his first.
So that's the 10th foul.
Yep.
It's not a 1-on-1 situation. Every foul from here on is two shots for Northwood.
Yeah, 4:36 left, too, so that could help the Northman get back.
It's a 7-point game. They're keeping this thing close. The big fear for them, though, is that Dennis Kahn will come out in the second half and straighten everything out.
13 points for Steve Ryan, leads all scorers right now. Plank looks low. Waslick over to McGregor. Eller now looks down low, back out up top to McGregor for 3. Long 3, won't go. Rebound, a strong one by Steve Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan with another board, and McGregor, that's the second time we've seen him take one from about the
For 3, it is good. Mike Peck with his first 3-pointer. Look out if he starts getting hot.
So they call that getting in the zone.
And it's a 4-point game. Talked about the comeback ability of the Northmen, but right back comes big number 3,
Eller.
Tom Eller.
Eller, a junior, but he started every game of his college career.
We're going to be seeing some 3-pointers in the second half. You watch. Waslick to McGregor inside now. Plank baseline drive. He's fouled.
That was Tillery with the block. One thing that kind of concerns me watching the Pioneers is they got the lead and they're panicking. Just keep playing your game. Make Northwood come and get you. This time they got a good shot off, but before he was kind of in a frenzy.
With the way Borcher checks in, with the way the Pioneers have been playing, they should have been taking the ball to the Northmen and having them foul. Instead, the Pioneers have switched it around, and they're in foul trouble with the lead. They've had the lead for about 10 points. For the stretch of the first half.
And all of a sudden, offensively, they're not doing what was getting them points before, which is skipping the ball around, getting the open shot. This isn't the Oakland University team that used to be run and gun. And hey, that works when you got the guys to do it, and when that's your basic game plan. It's a great way to play, but this isn't what they do. So they got to keep going with what works.
Here's Plank on a second shot. Both of them short, and the Pioneers can't cash in on anything there.
And of course, Ryan rebounds it.
Yeah. Matson in the corner now, inside, freeze-corn, mismatch there, and he is
good
fouled
call.
offensively.
He dipped the shoulder right into his chest. I know he doesn't like it, but let's take a look at this. He gets it, tries to fake going right. Now he's going to take it left, dip the shoulder in, and even if you don't really do it, you dip that shoulder into a guy's chest, and the ref isn't even going to look at feet. He's just going to call it on you.
Good call by Joe Abramson.
Thank you.
Rather, the referee.
Well, I told him what to...
32-26, Pioneers coming down with pressure put on. Plank into Burkholder. Burkholder turns around, puts it down. Burkholder with a good one off the glass. 34-26 now with 3:05 left in the first half.
Well, again, good thing that went in for the Pioneers, because once again, they're hurrying. Held ball that should go Northwood's way, I believe.
Jump ball. Possession, Northwood.
The worst rule in all of sports.
Did you see how he felt?
The held ball rule.
Yeah.
Stupid rule.
And you can see head coach Dean Lockwood, and he is not happy with the call either.
Yeah, well, he's saying, hey, his guy had the ball and fell. He didn't just slip. Somebody had to hit him. He said, hey, there's 3 refs out there. Of course, the Oakland U guys, they send someone out there real quick to wipe that water off, make it look like he slipped.
Trying to cover it up. And there's a little confusion, too. The ball went off of a Pioneer.
Yeah, and the one ref called it Oakland's ball.
Yeah.
And you can see there's a little frustration on both the Northwood players and the Northwood coaching staff's part. And everybody's got to keep their composure right now.
They were to within 4 points. Ball knocked away. Here come the Pioneers. McGregor on a 2-on-1. Eller is fouled.
Yeah, that wasn't a dirty foul or anything by DeBacker. He just wasn't going to let him get the easy shot.
DeBacker right there trying to block it.
Yeah, he went for the ball. His elbow happened to get him in the face, but he wasn't trying to mug him, and he went over right after that, you know, make sure he was all right. Smart play. That's what you're taught to do. Don't give up easy layups. And Tom Eller, as anybody else who plays basketball knows, if you go inside like that, it's going to happen to you.
And at this point, they could really give up a foul, too.
Yeah.
To stop that shot. Eller at the line with a three-pointer for his efforts, and also now adding one from the foul line.
Yeah, well, Tom Eller's 71% free throw shooter. He should be making these.
Make it a 10-point lead again for the Pioneers, and does.
And Dennis Kahn's going to come back in and play the last 2:46 of this first half. They've got to get him going offensively. If they do, Northwood's in a lot of trouble, and Tom Eller's going to take the seat probably for the rest of the first half.
2:43 left here in the first half. It's been a good one. 36-26, but the Northmen came back to within 4 in a little stretch there. So they do have the ability to come back, and they did last game against Lake Superior State, outscoring Lake Superior State like 50 to some 20 points. So a big burst.
There's no basket on that. The whistle blew beforehand. That's a foul. Well, he held up a 3. Maybe it's 33, McGregor.
Let's take a look.
30. Fouls on 30. Jeff Plank.
And I think that's why Plank's in there. To give up a couple of fouls and really
10-point lead. Don't get any of your key guys in foul trouble. Although you've got Dennis Kahn in there. I think he's got 2 fouls. So
Crum comes in for Plank. And Ryan has a chance to make 15 points for him. Doesn't. Misses. And Burkholder with the rebound.
Good job of boxing out by Burkholder. Got the rebound. Got it in the hands of McGregor.
Orchard back to underneath to Kahn. Strong move, and it goes down for 2. Dennis Kahn with his 4th point.
If you can get him going with that, that'll free up a lot of stuff outside, too. If you can get the inside and outside game working in unison, obviously, that's when your offense is clicking.
That's the clock. 1:52 and counting here in the first half. Alley-oop to Kahn. Comes down with it and gets it over to Burkholder. No traveling call.
There's that lob again, though, that you keep hearing about.
For 3. Burkholder. 6 points for Burkholder off the bench.
Burkholder, the freshman. They have a nice couple of years with him around.
And the score looks even better now for the Pioneers going into halftime. 41-27, 1:22 and counting.
Again, a couple minutes ago, it was a 4-point game.
Yep. Peck off balance, won't go. 2 Pioneers there, Kahn and Burkholder. Burkholder gets it. Here come the Pioneers.
You know, we talked about Kahn not getting going. Peck's got to get going for Northwood. He's going to have to come out in the second half and start firing.
Yeah, Greg Campy wants his team to come out and spread it out a little bit and chew up some time on the clock. 29 on the shot clock. McGregor goes for it, and couldn't get the layup to go.
Well, that's one thing.
Here comes Peck.
Something we don't mention about McGregor. He is a great shooter, but he's got some quickness. If you can get him one-on-one, he can take you.
For 3, it's good. And that is Toby Matson. And it's 41-30 now, 11-point lead for the Pioneers. Seeing the final seconds here of the first half.
Yeah, shot clock is off. Northwood would love a stop here, keep it under 10 points.
Pioneers working for the last shot, or a good one if they can get it.
Yeah, they want to get. Yeah, Northwood would love to get a stop somehow and get over there and score and get that thing down to 9. Just it's a psychological thing of a single-digit lead.
They're at 10 seconds right now, so they're going to try it inside. Kahn of the alley-oop again, turns around, up and in, and he'll go to the line. What a great thing for the Pioneers to go into halftime. That's
Great athletic move. Great athletic move by Kahn. The foul is on Prescorn. That's the kind of thing they've been trying to establish all night. You see him catch the ball, stay in bounds, turn around without traveling, get it off the glass, and the foul.
And that's a big boost to the Pioneers.
Oh,
Kahn has not been playing his game until then. That might give him a good psychological edge going into the halftime.
Absolutely.
Although he misses the three-point play. 2 seconds, and a last shot, and there's a big psychological boost for the Northmen as Mike Peck.
That's the two offensive guys we've been talking about who had to get things going. Both finished the half with a positive note. And I don't think Greg Campy's too happy about giving that last three up.
No, that kind of negates everything that they tried to do on this end right before, as we see Dean Lockwood go off. And he's got to be happy with the last shot here, and here it is.
Well, he took it right off the missed free throw, fires up a long three, another NBA three, if you will.
And right before the buzzer.
That lead is down to 10 points.
So that's where Northwood wanted to be. They've had it there all game, so it's nothing new, and it's no real big shock now for Lockwood to go into the locker room and try to get his team fired up, because they're right where they need to be.
Well, and really what might be the key in the second half is, like we said, the two guys, Peck and Kahn. Let's see which one comes out strong. Whichever guy comes out strong is probably going to lead his team to a victory.
Okay, let's see what happens. The score here at halftime at the Lepley Sports Center at Oakland University. The Northwood Northmen 33 and the Oakland Pioneers 43. We'll be back right after these messages.
Excuse me. Do you wear your safety belt?
Why, no. I don't wear my safety belt.
Thank you.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Welcome back to the TCI Sports Game of the Week, and some halftime scores and stats for you. 43-33 the score, 10-point lead, and there's the statistics. Field goals, 41% to 44%, 69 to 60 in free throws, and rebounds. Oakland with the edge there.
And it's the key.
Yeah, and that is the key. 21 to 15 fouls, 11-9. Here are your leading scorers in that first half. 14 for Ryan, 10 for Borchard for Oakland. And quickly, Ty McGregor comes up with two.
Right there, they took the big man up into the high post, cleared out underneath, and McGregor beat his man just because of his quickness and got him on a backdoor play.
And McGregor with 7 in the first half adds 2 more to that total to make it 9. 45-33 Pioneers lead here in the very early going in the second half. Prescorn, turn around and in.
Lefty, kind of a jump hook, half hook there.
Only 1 point in the first half for Prescorn, now making his presence known in the second half. Waslick working on Peck. Eller.
Oh, they're going to call that foul on Tillery. Got right up in him, got the body on him.
And it's good.
Hey, one thing I want to know about from these stat guys is you'll see Tillery doesn't even try to block it, and at the last minute puts his hands up. And one of the things that referees tend to do is to put your hands straight up and then kind of lean in. It's called the Bill Lambier rule. You may be standing still, but if you lean your body a little forward and hit the guy, they're going to call the foul on you.
Yep.
Because it is a little rough.
That's what they did there.
Yeah. One of the things I'd kind of like to know about is this rebounding thing here. They got Ryan for 4 rebounds. I mean, he had more than 4 rebounds.
4 in a 4-second stretch, I think.
Yeah.
Shot!
Eller from outside can't do it as the Pioneers get their ball back, and here's Tillery. And we didn't see much of Mike Davis in that first half. He was on the bench. He started, but
once he came out, he stayed out.
Yeah. Ryan can't get it to go. Prescorn, easy bucket for him.
Prescorn starting to get things going. Again, with Ryan, I was saying about the rebounds. There is a rule. It's a little different from pro rebounds. That the ball can't hit the ground. You got to get the rebound off the miss directly from the rim. Still think he had more than 4, but Well, you know, he's on the road team, so, you know.
Inside, Eller in the paint, can't get the fall, gets his own rebound.
And
puts
Tillery.
it up, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Tillery got him again. He doesn't agree with it, but yeah, he got him right on the left shoulder.
So Tillery in there starting for DeBacker.
That's his fourth foul.
And a fourth foul. And it looks like he'll be coming out.
And the freshman from Royal Oak Shrine. You see Eller get it into the paint, take it inside, and can't see there. Because all you saw was Tillery's left hand hit his left shoulder. Tillery got him from behind with his right hand. It's got him almost on the back. And it really didn't affect the shot, I don't think, but he still hit him.
And Jeff Edwards heads in, number 21. Here's Eller hitting the first.
I don't think we saw Jeff Edwards in the first half. He's a sophomore from North Branch.
48-37, Eller. And now it's 49-37. As Eller has got 4 points here in the second half for a total of 9 for him.
Got to see
the Pioneers have really spread out the scoring.
Oh, yeah. We've got to see if Northwood's going to try to get Peck open for some threes.
Inside, pre-score knocked back out, and whose ball is it?
That went off Burkle.
So the Northmen get it back.
Again, it's worked a couple times packing it into pre-scoring. But now they're doubling down on him. Got to try to get Peck open for some threes. They got the ball, but he's covered there very tight.
Good defense by Kahn, but it might hurt him as Burkholder was out of position. But Burkholder with some good hustle underneath the boards knocks it away from pre-scoring.
Yeah, got the block shot there, and Waslick brings it up.
Waslick pulls it back out, working on Peck, and cross-court pass to Eller. Inside, open, Burkholder can't get it to fall. Eller with a rebound. Eller puts it up and in.
Eller's starting to hustle, which is kind of his forte. He just gets everything done. No one point of his game is great, but he's fundamentally a solid player.
Yeah, 11 points now for Tom Eller. He's gotten 6 already here. There's Peck from three-point land. He's got 13 on the night. Mike Peck.
And again, he's quietly getting into the groove, and they've got to get him going.
I think it's that old Elvis haircut. It is helping him. It's being Elvis's birthday week, isn't it? Or was it last week?
It was a week ago Friday.
Well,
I guess
it's Elvis month, really.
It's always Elvis month, you know, in my life anyway.
Foul inside on Burkholder. Oakland with 11-point lead, and they've had that stretch for a while. Let's take a look.
You see Burkholder just reaching in on that. I'm going to call that. I think that Elvis thing, I think that only works, though, if your pregame meal is, you know, peanut butter banana sandwiches, and fried peanut butter banana sandwiches, and
he takes time. Time to do that.
Well, everybody's got their pregame rituals. Traveling call on the shot before Edwards got the shot off.
I think our best groomed award goes to Mike Peck, along with our three-point award. 51-40, 11-point lead for the Pioneers. They continue to hold that. Yeah. It was down to 4 at one point in the first half.
Yeah, we got to hope that when Peck sees a tape of this, that he doesn't, you know, get offended by this.
No.
I'm complimenting him. We're having a lot of fun.
I'm complimenting him.
That's what you got to be colorful, you know.
That's right. That's your job.
Well, that's the player, though.
McGregor driving. Bounce pass to Eller for 2.
There's McGregor bringing the defense to him. He'd been successful driving in the first half, and they were letting him do it. This time they'd come to cut it off. The one time he tried it in the first half, Kahn wasn't ready for the pass. This time he goes to Eller and he gets the layup.
Eller with 8 points early in the second half already.
Good fake.
Here's Amanda, big score in that first half. Ryan, and he goes down. Steve had 14 points for Northwood.
That ball after the miss went off Dennis Kahn. I don't think Dennis Kahn agrees with it.
Steve Ryan, only a sophomore. We talked about him in that first half, and a total of 14 points.
Oh, they're checking for blood. You see this guy's getting more TV time.
That's the better angle right there, I think.
Getting serious TV time. This is you know, this is how you get like a TV career after your basketball career is over.
Some blood on the court, and they just want to
well, you know,
make sure they find out where it's coming from.
I think that Division II has the same rules as Division I. Now, according to the rules, he's got to come out and get a different pair of shorts on. And this is beyond the NBA rule. You can't wear clothing with blood on it nowadays. Do they have to get another pair? You got to clean those with solution.
Well, if that's the case, I think one of the other players is going to go into the locker room and go give him his shorts to borrow.
Yeah.
Here we go. They're going to have to remove it surgically, I think. They've got the gloves on. Seriously, they've got the gloves on. They've got everybody. They've got surgeons on the sidelines now. See, here's the surgeon going to work. See, he's got the gloves on. They want to block everybody from seeing this. It's an ugly incident. They don't want people looking at this.
You know, they think they have to use anesthesia.
It's kind of like a boxing ring. You're in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, NBA trainers use those gloves, too.
Yeah. Back to the action now. Inbounding is
Force
back.
that.
And the foul definitely.
You want to talk about luck, though. I mean, he fouled him.
Yeah.
He fouled him, but that was just a panicky pass there. You know, getting down to that 5-second call, and you see Greg Campy's not happy with it. You take it, you know. You see, they're using the solution. They got it. They have to have the blood completely off the uniform.
I don't think that's going to do it.
There's a solution.
There's a 1 hour Martinizing down the road. I think they might be able to.
I think the program has coupons.
So I think maybe they can do that.
Yeah.
Here's Davis. To Peck inside, and a foul and a hold on Burkholder as he was guarding Prieskorn.
You know, not to make light of a situation, because I understand. Well, he comes in again trying to double team. You know, I understand why they have the rule about the blood, but
yeah, definitely.
This has been brought up, in Division I. What happens in a close game if you know, will a guy go bleed on the other team's best player intentionally?
Well, we can't seem to get the ball out of this end of the court right now. We just keep knocking it out of bounds and foul after foul.
Foul on Eller that time.
And that'll be his third foul.
And, you know, we talked about them getting into foul trouble in the first half. And
they're doing it again.
It could happen, you know, get late in that game.
Here's the pass to Mike Peck. Peck for three. No. Rebound finally by the Pioneers, and the Pioneers bring it down quickly. Pioneers seem to forget what the offense was.
He hit the open man.
Yeah, he did. He hit the referee.
Yeah, he was open. You know, I guess you're taught to. That's what he did.
Hey, wait.
15:42 left in the second half. 53-40. A 13-point lead for the Pioneers. Inside, Edwards. Edwards nowhere to go. Back out now. As Davis tries to drive, good spin move, and a loose ball off of Prieskorn, and the Pioneers get it back.
Yeah, Davis lost control inside. Prieskorn tried to grab it.
The Pioneers need to slow it down now, and I think they will. They had a fast break last time, threw it away. Here's the move by Davis.
Yeah, he came through. I think Eller hit it off of him. Yeah, it could have been a foul, but they've had enough fouls come on them.
So much traffic in there, couldn't see. McGregor up top. Trying to set something up. Orchard, who's hit some three-pointers in that first half, had 2 of them.
You know, spread it out and try and get a skip pass, and probably try to get either Borchert, Crum, or McGregor the open 3.
Eller was hot. Here's Burkholder. He loses it as he goes to the floor with it. Prieskorn now to the outlet.
Yeah, see, they're giving him the outside shot. They're not coming out and guarding that.
Here's Ryan. Strong move, in and out. Won't go. Burkholder in the corner, and here come the Pioneers now. And a timeout called by the Pioneers. 14:42 left in the second half, 53-40. The Pioneers lead by 13, and they've had that comfortable lead all game. Let's go down to Greg Campy's huddle. He seems to be angry about something.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendar. Don't forget the Oakland University
ridiculous.
basketball team will be back at Lepley Sports Center on Saturday.
Catch the ball, you square up, you use the move. Show the ball and you come through underneath. And if you don't do it again, you're going to the locker room for the rest of the night and you can watch the game in there. Maybe you can watch Big East or Big Ten or something where you might think you belong. Tired of it, Jason. Let's get some stops. Let's go. Come on now.
Very intense. Greg Campy down on the court. And
intense is a word.
And really trying to get his point across to some of his players. You've got a 13-point lead, but you still have to do the fundamentals and not try to pretend you're in the big leagues.
Yeah, I think he got the point across there.
Yeah.
I got the point. I noticed you were getting the point, too.
I did. And I think the intended player did, too.
Oh, yeah.
Eller to inbound now, right in front of us.
Now let's see if he does what he's told.
Well, after that, I'm sure any player would be. McGregor is fouled as he goes to the hoop.
Yeah, McGregor's just beating guys off the dribble into the key all night. And, he's able to make the pass when he has to. There he took the shot and drew the foul.
And here's the foul right there.
And Dennis Kahn is in. They've got him taped up where he was bleeding from around the wrist. And can't tell if there's any blood left on the shorts.
They probably put alcohol or some kind of thing on the pants here so that it doesn't come off.
Yeah. Basically just something that kills all the germs that might be on there. As McGregor, he missed a free throw. That's something you don't see too often. Although, well, for a great shooter, he's only shooting 59%.
McGregor gets the second to go, and it's 54-40.
Never understand why great shooters sometimes don't have great free throw percentages. It's so easy.
And in fact, that's what it's called, a free throw.
Yeah.
Just to give you a bucket because you deserve it.
Yeah. Maybe you ought to have somebody stand in front of your face when you're shooting. You probably make it then.
It's that human element.
Well, yeah.
There's Peck from outside, in and out. Kahn and Burkholder battle for it.
Yeah, they both assumed the other guy would have it.
Pioneers come back with it. Leading by 14 with 14:07 left. Kahn with the move in the paint. Turn around, no. Ryan with another rebound. Again, the halftime stat of 4 rebounds I can't buy. Here's McGregor on the steal, all by himself. Davis there, almost picked up a foul, but let him go.
Very smart way. He kind of turned his body toward the basket and protected the ball with his body, and the only way he was going to block that was to foul him. And he didn't. McGregor got the layup.
Big 16-point lead now, probably the biggest now for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it is.
Here's Priest going on a mismatch. Well, no, actually, Kahn was there, but he was playing a low game on him.
Yeah, they could have called that one on pre-scoring, too. He kind of ducked his shoulder and his right elbow into his chest. That time they made the call on Kahn. That should be his 3rd foul.
Foul on Kahn. Checking in now, Toby Matson. Going out is Mike Davis.
And in the first half when this happened, that was it for Davis. And Matson pretty much stayed in the rest of the time, except for a few minute or 2 rests that he got. And then they brought someone else in to replace him.
Priestcorn at the line, hitting was 1 for 2 in the first half.
There's a big guy, and again, this guy's a golfer. He's on the golf team. I think he golfs with the Dalai Lama himself.
That's right. You want him in your foursome?
Yeah. I don't want to play against him.
That's right. 56-42. Pioneers coming back now. Borchert to McGregor, looking down baseline. In the corner is Eller. Eller tries to make a move in the paint. Can't get in there, though. Back out now. In the corner, Eller. And he's been hot this second half. This time it's knocked away by the Northman.
Yeah, he tried to go down low to Kahn. That got knocked away by, I believe, the backer. Couldn't tell who hit that away.
McGregor to inbound.
They go up top to Kahn.
Here's Kahn. Turn around. He gets it to go.
The shooter's roll.
Kahn with his first 2 of the second half. He's got 8 on the night.
Again, transfer from Central Michigan. When you transfer down a division from 1 to 2, you don't have to sit out a year. So this is his final year after 3 years in the Mid-American Conference.
Here's Ryan almost traveling, passing back out to Matson. In the corner. Back out now. Peck inside. Priestcorn had some time, but played around with it. Couldn't get it to go. Out of bounds on the Pioneers.
Yeah, Priestcorn grabbed it and just threw it right off Borchert's back.
Let's take a look. Knocked away, and good hustle here by both players, but a smart move there.
See him spike it.
By Priestcorn. Matson up top to set it up. He's going to look for Peck. No, goes inside to Priestcorn. In the paint. Turn around on Kahn. Nice move and in.
Well, I'll tell you, you got Dennis Kahn with 3 fouls. You keep doing that, get him that 4th foul, and he won't be able to play any kind of defense the rest of the night.
And that's what they're trying to do. Priestcorn now making his presence felt with 8 points here in the second half. McGregor pulls up and in.
McGregor once again take it into the key. I was wondering, with Priestcorn being a golfer, would you consider the second half to be like the back 9?
Yeah, really. He's doing better on the back 9 than he did on the front.
He's under par on the back 9.
32. Don't need him.
McGregor with 7 points here in the second half gives him a total of 14 now. Here's a big 2 points for the backer. 60-46 as the Pioneers lead, and they come down with it. 11:37 left in the game. Inside, Kahn dishes up to Burkholder, puts it up, won't get it to fall. Good rebound by Burkholder again. And a foul on number 41, Steve Ryan.
Come on.
And we see 25. Stuck's going to come in for Burkholder after these free throws. See him pump fake a couple times under there. Gets his own rebound. Well, that was after he got the rebound, gets the foul. Little hustle there from Burkholder after that last time out.
Yeah. He, to me, he's been hustling all game. He's really done a job, I think, in there.
Well, again, we don't know. We're not that close to the program or anything, but a lot of times when you coach, you have certain guys that you know can take it. And those are the guys that you scream at them, but you scream at the whole team, but you know that that guy can handle it better than some other people. So they become kind of your whipping boy, and you have a mutual understanding about that. That may be the situation. It doesn't seem to have phased him too much.
Yeah, Burkholder got one of them. He's got 7 points on the night, and it's 61-46. Peck can't hit. Good rebound on Matson. Underneath to the open Ryan. He misses the easy slam.
And I think he's, the minute he missed that, the coaching staff went and got a substitution. I think he's coming out.
Ty McGregor hits.
They're going to call timeout.
9 points for Ty McGregor in the second half. Eller has come up with 8 points, and they have been the two hot men for the Pioneers as the Northwood call a timeout. 63-46, and taking a look at Greg Campy, seems to be a little bit more at ease this time. Let's go down and hear him.
You want to stay in Indiana or you want to move on?
That's fine.
We're scoring almost every possession. The thing that problem is we're looking for the shot too quick. The shot's there every time, but I don't think we need to take it every time because I think we can get it in on the post every time. Now, we can't expect Tom to run up and down that sidelines. There's times that we got a two-man game. We got to post and throw it in. And you're putting the ball on the floor before you square up, and now you can't take it to the hole. You look like that guy. Square up and shot fake him and go to the hole.
Come on, fellas, put him away. Let's go, White.
Couple stops right now.
Come on, let's go.
I think the guy was talking about.
Well, whoever that guy is, it's a good point about what Kahn's doing is that he's getting it and he's using the dribble. And then you've lost your pivot. You may still keep the dribble, but you can't use your pivot to get the defender to bite. He's got to get turned first and then give him the bite and take the dribble into the key. He's trying to give him an easy layup from the high post and from the side.
But a slightly calmer Greg Campy as we take a look at the other side.
Gentler Campy. A merciful Campy.
Dean Lockwood, the head coach for Northwood.
Like a merciful Ditka.
Yeah. There's Mike Peck working on Ty McGregor. The backer from outside, 2 points, and it goes. Chuck DeBacker with 4 points now on the night.
Yeah, and all of those in the last minute or two.
Yeah. Eller, tried to quickly dish it off, but nothing there, and McGregor now. Let's see if Greg Campy's plan works here.
I'll tell you, they want to go inside to Stuck, and Tillery's playing great defense on it.
So McGregor takes it.
Somebody just lost the shoe.
Back out to Eller.
15, Matson doesn't have a shoe on.
Matson is off with a shoe, and good call by the ref. Instead of having someone trip over it, they'll put it back on.
I didn't know you got a timeout for that.
I think it's a good call. You got guys running around.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good rule. I just didn't know that they would do that for you. It's nice.
It's kind of like an equipment thing in football.
Yeah.
Let's see. He does have the pump on there, as we heard from our director, Pat Collar. And no, he does not choose to pump. So he wants a little bit looser fit here going into the final 10 minutes of the second half.
Thank you, Mr. Shoe Salesman.
And thank you, Pat Collar, for our director, for pointing that out, that the pump shoes.
That's why he's the director.
McGregor in and out. Stuck by number 35, Chuck DeBacker.
Well, there's one way to get the ball to Stuck. You know, they couldn't get it inside to him because the defense Tillery was playing, but they didn't box him out, and he got in between two defenders, got the offensive rebound, as you'll see right here, comes right across the middle of the key and gets it takes it up strong. That's got to be a little frustrating for Tillery because he played such great defense on him, and the one time he just didn't box out.
Box out, Tillery.
And yeah, just heard.
You just hear it right there.
One throw here. One.
As Stuck misses his first chance. He's got 2 points, scored his first 2 early in the first half, and now picks up his third. 64-48 the score with 9:54 left in the second half. Matson working on Stuck. The backer to Priestcorn to Tillery. Tillery now looking for help up top from Peck. Peck finds Matson, and they're trying to look inside. Nothing there. Priestcorn now in the corner. Back out to Tillery. Peck, the three-point man, inside to Backer. Nothing there. To Priestcorn. No lane there.
A lot of motion in their offense right now, trying to make Oakland work a little bit.
Open is DeBacker. Won't go. Kahn with the rebound.
Kahn got up for that rebound.
Yep. And the alley-oop to Eller, but knocked away. Good defense there by DeBacker.
Good anticipation. He saw it was coming. Of course, usually they're wary of the lob to Kahn, but you know that's in the playbook, and you always kind of keep an eye out for it.
9:06 left in the game. Brody, working on Peck. I said it was Stuck earlier. Now Stuck has it in the paint, working on Peck. And it counts.
No, he waved that off.
Oh, did he? No bucket. Let's see.
We'll call that foul on Tillery. He should be done for the night. Let's see.
Foul's a little early right there.
Right, yep.
And before the shot, so.
Well, Tillery fouls out. Yeah, he's only a freshman.
So the Steve Ryan, the sophomore, goes back in with 14 points on the night. Big point here for the Pioneers. They have shut out Steve Ryan, the big scorer here for Northwood in the first half. It'll count, and he'll go to the line.
Second half. They shut him out in the second half.
In the second half, excuse me. Sorry, in the first half, he had the big 14 points.
You see Eller getting it right off at the inbound, goes underneath. That foul, that's Priestcorn's third. You can stay, well, when you're down, you got to stay aggressive anyway, but they're, they had their chances, and they just slowly let it get away. Oakland's never had any stretch where it really got in a run. It's just been a gradual thing of building on a lead and making it a little bigger, and you almost don't notice that it's happening.
16 points for Tom Eller tonight.
Great steal.
Big steal. McGregor, you almost didn't even notice it happened.
He just literally took it from him.
Yeah. Very smooth. Eller now in the paint, dishes back out to Brody. McGregor in three-point land. Eller a little bit closer shot, and he puts it down. Eller has been hot here in the second half.
Eller's had a great game.
With a total of 18 points, he had 5 in the first half and has come up strong with 13 points here in the second half. Tom Eller giving the Pioneers a big lift here in the second half. Let's go down to Dean Lockwood's huddle.
Let me tell you something, gentlemen. This game has been about execution. This game will be about execution. Up to this point, our ability to block out and execute offensively has got us to this point. Gentlemen, we have to dig deep and now one possession at a time. You understand that? There's 8:23 left. We can make a lot of things happen only one possession at a time. I don't want anybody hanging their head for making a mistake. Shake it off, baby. You're all right. Not the only one. Now, you better believe it. Now, listen to me. We're going to come down, Toby. I want that ball pushed. We're going to run secondary spread initially. We're going to look inside right off the bat. If not, we're going to flow right into motion. I want you guys attacking. Understand? Attacking. Moving the ball and attacking. Guys, you're going to have to dig in defensively. It's about us getting it done, and we got to block out. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on, fellas. Dig deep, fellas.
1, 2, 3, deep.
Don't forget to tune in to the Roadshow video program. Coming up this month on Roadshow Video, Brad and Pat travel to Industry in Pontiac to witness Nocturnal Fest. That's coming up this month on the Roadshow Video program, Saturday and Monday at 9 p.m. And there's one of our viewers right there.
Big Roadshow Video fan right there.
Along with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Quick whistle.
Oh,
players are on the floor, and the foul is going to be called on Chris Waslick.
You know, I see, well, we weren't able to see the foul action on the replay. One of the things we heard in that huddle about those guys keeping their confidence, not getting them down. Northwood only has 2 seniors and 3 juniors on its roster. It's a very young team. You know, and basically this year is probably not necessarily a rebuilding year, just a building year, as they're going to move up a division next year. You got to get these young guys some confidence and some experience, and that's what they're trying to accomplish right now, without panicking.
You didn't correct me. That's Chris Waslick out there. There's 2 points put down.
You know, I didn't want to.
Because I sounded like George Kell out here saying Chuck Waslick, our producer.
Well, I figured you were trying
Waslick.
to.
It's Chris Waslick.
You want me to sound like Al Kaline?
Yeah. Brody for 3. Andy Brody for 3. His first points of the game. Inside. Ryan can't hit. Rebound Kahn.
And Kahn's starting to own the boards. Boxing out every time, realizing that he can't just outsize a guy like Prescorn. He's boxing out using good technique to get open for that rebound.
Wassilk with his pass. It was knocked away by DeBecker, and checking out is Mike Peck. And a big leading scorer sitting out here in the final 7 minutes here. He'll be back.
I think Mike Peck's going to get invited onto Roadshow Video.
Yeah, well, actually, I've seen parts of this show, and it's a good show to watch, this Roadshow Video. And you will see, like, Mike Peck's kind of people in there. It's a very interesting show. Let's take a look at the rebound.
Close friend of the Peck family, I take it.
I know Gregory. Here's Kahn on the drive.
Kahn taking it, going lefty. Got the foul. Think about Dennis Kahn. Mentioned he went to Central Michigan. Well, he came out of high school. He was going up there to show you how badly they wanted him. He was given number 44 up there specifically because it was Dan Marley's number. It's kind of a hero of his, a friend of his, too. They worked out together. Now, a school like Central Michigan doesn't put a lot of people in the NBA. You figure you're going to retire that number. No, they gave it to this guy. That's a pretty big compliment.
Yeah, and here he is here at Oakland University hitting both free throws. Checking in for Kahn is Crum. 74-50, a pretty good lead here for the Pioneers.
Kahn might be done for the night if they can just keep the lead around what they've got it.
I would say he is. Here's Davis working on Wasso. Davis inside now. Prescorn in the paint, trying to get some room in there and call for traveling. Call for steps there.
Change pivot feet. He doesn't he doesn't agree, but he did. He changed pivot feet.
Still did better on the back nine and the front nine here tonight. And a better second half. Brody working on Davis. Wasso working over there. It wouldn't fall here for Jeff Plank, but Plank will go to the line.
Again, Plank from Arizona, from Bullhead City, Mojave High School.
I like that.
I want to know what the nickname was.
There's Plank, and the foul right there on the back. He's kind of got that Mojave look. He's got that kind of Indian type look.
Yeah, you know, we ought to do is like a split screen, you know, like Peck's haircut, Plank's haircut, and kind of a, you know, like get a 900 number and vote which one's better.
We should call this show Hair, I guess, which is appearing as Plank hits both, which is appearing, I guess, at the Fox.
You getting paid for that?
No, I don't know where it's appearing.
Oh.
Seem to be talking a lot about it, though. Vanderwood inside to Prescorn, and a foul called on number 25, Matt Stuck.
And both teams in the bonus now, so Prescorn should be getting the 1-and-1 right now.
Prescorn going to the line has 9 points on the evening. 76-50 the score, 6:35 left in the game. And in and out for Prescorn. Brody brings it up against Davis. Pioneers spread it out. Some movement. Wasso, good drive to Stuck. Stuck over his man, and a foul on Ryan.
Northwood bench wanted to travel on that before the foul. They're not going to get it.
It was close.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see it here.
And I'll tell you, I know that on that foul, or on the travel earlier on pre-scoring, coaches agreed that he did travel, but they also felt he got a little help on that. And right now, they're probably thinking that they're not getting the calls both ways. Maybe they're not. Of course, when the score, well, now 77-50, I'm pretty sure the refs are thinking about getting out of here and getting
on
home.
to the next game.
Yeah.
Stuck has been perfect after his first miss here in the second half. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Good movement by Northwood, and they're going to get the points because of it. Freeze-Corn.
I'll tell you, Crum went for the steal, didn't get it, and they just gave him the open layup.
10 points for Freeze-Corn here in the second half. Stuck to the hoop. No.
That partially blocked by Freeze-Corn there, and he's given a great effort in the second half.
Davis trying to get a move on Wassilk. And the ball is loose, and a loose ball foul coming up.
Davis fouled him trying to get the ball back after the turnover. You know, and right now is a good opportunity for guys like Wassilk, Brody, you know, to get a little more playing time coming up. Show today that we belong in the regular rotation. And for more than just the 2 or 3 minutes that you've been putting us in, let's get some real playing time here.
Mike Peck checks back in. He's got 13 points on the night, and checking out is Chuck DeVacker with 4 points off the bench. Wassilk at the line, and Chris hits his first bucket.
You know, Wassilk, we mentioned from Clarkston High School, played for Dan Fife, whose son Dugan is part of the Michigan basketball team.
And we have seen him on the high school sports games, and that's why I'm kind of upset I didn't say his name right when he came out there.
Oh, okay.
Called him Wassilk. Kept thinking of George Kell. I don't know. Sorry, Chris. We got you right this time. Wassilk in the corner. Crum hits for 3.
30-point lead, and
that's Crum's second three-pointer.
We're not going to see too many fouls called the rest of the night, I don't think.
Here's another 3, and it's good. Vanderwood with his second three-pointer.
You gotta like that Northwood isn't really getting out of its offense. They're still just playing their game, giving a good effort. They're not panicking.
Lying down.
Yeah, they're not panicking. They're not turning into a bunch of individuals either. They're still playing a team game.
Stuck. Traveling on Stuck.
No, but again, you know, one thing you see when a team's losing by that much, and it's got a losing record as they do.
We've got 5 cameras here. There's our 5th camera, and a pretty good angle down there on the other end when we go to that end. Give you a bird's eye view of what's going on.
Should that be like the motto, you know, home of the 5th camera?
We can see it on this shot, perhaps. But Brody going to the hoop, in and out. Brody. Good hustle, puts it down. Andy Brody.
I think that should be the motto, you know, TCI Sports, home of the 5th camera. That could be like a big selling point. You know, but, you know, again, they're not. When you're losing, a lot of times teams just, each guy starts going for his stats, and they're not. They're still running their offense. You gotta like that.
Steve Ryan with another 2. And here's that angle that we talked about, our 5th camera. Oh, different view for you. Right on top, as you can see. Kind of like our sky cam, if you will.
There you go. Or
Brody with another 2.
What's that other one in the NBA, the upper deck?
The mezzanine shot?
No, the one they put under the scoreboard in the NBA games.
Slam cam.
Well, yeah, it's not what it's called. It's something else.
All right.
But anyway, it's cool like that.
Freeze-Corn puts it down. So Freeze-Corn really coming to life, but a little too late for the Northmen.
Him.
Stuck.
Back here.
Pat Collar, always the observant one, points out that Brody has a cut on his shoulder, and if the referees notice that, he'll probably be sent to the bench.
Yeah, we can see it from here.
Well,
not in
not
your
Brody
shot.
that you're looking
not
at.
in your shot, but we can see it. He's right about half court.
Yeah, Brody number 24.
There it is.
That's that.
Watch when he puts his
your arm down there.
There you go. Look, right on that shoulder.
And he should be taken out of the game for that.
Big cut.
According to the rules.
It's not like in the old days when you get cut, it's kind of cool. You say, hey, look what I got here.
Yeah, you know, Mike Ditka would not like basketball nowadays. And he was a college basketball player. You may not have known that.
No, as Johnny would say, I did not know that.
You are correct, sir.
Stuck continues.
Yeah, he played.
He is 6 of 7 from the free throw line.
Now, Ditka played hoops at Pittsburgh, too. He's
Stuck again. He is 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and he comes out.
And the lead is 29 points with 3.25 left. Just made the error that George Blaha makes all the time. 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter is 3:15. 3:25.
Outside, no. In there is Andre Nichols, number 11 for Northwood, and he makes the steal. How about that? You call his number, and there he is. Here's Peck for 3. No.
That's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Over the backboard.
How about they call Andre Nichols?
How
and there
about
he
that?
just makes the steal.
That's right. Jeff Edwards, we saw come in early in the first, or not early, but in the middle of the first half and contribute a little bit.
And checking in now, number 51 also. Bremeyer, Ryan Bremeyer, number 51.
Yeah, he's from Petoskey.
And
you're going to see the bench is clear, I think.
Yeah, and the stands as well. 3 minutes left. Well, just under. My director caught me cheating. From outside, Jeff Plank hits. Is that a 2 or a 3?
I'd call that a 2.
There's a 2, and here's another 2 coming back for Jeff Edwards as he picks up his first 2 points. And the Pioneers, I think, want to hit triple digits here.
It used to be almost a regular event with them a couple years ago.
When they were the running Pioneers. They were
the running Pioneers.
Well, as opposed to running Rebels, and Jerry Tarkanian not coaching anymore. I don't think I should say anything. From inside to Plank, get the baseline, puts it up and in. Good move by Jeff Plank.
I kind of think that at OU, the coach actually makes more money than the players.
Well, let's
as opposed to UNLV.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep. Nichols, good pass. Passing over to number 45, Carafa. Kevin Carafa, also a local player. Carafa out of Sterling Heights. He went to Henry Ford II. Utica Ford.
We've got a lot of local guys. Again, from both teams. Even, Ryan from Shelby Township went to Eisenhower High School in Utica.
So they had played against each other.
That's right.
Hustling for it still with 1:56, and it's all over. The Pioneers pick it up. Typical of what you'd see at the closing minutes of the game. Players all over the floor trying to get that ball, trying to make an impression on the coach. And Burkholder now making a play and will look immediately over to the bench to see what the coach's reaction will be. He really has been hustling tonight.
Giving a great effort. Good pump fake, takes it underneath, goes up strong. And he got a good knack for getting to the free throw line and hitting the free throw there.
Yep. He was 2 of 4, and now adds another one.
He's 74% free throw shooter on the season, so getting to the line normally is a good idea.
Pioneers get it back. Inside. Blank loses it.
Yeah, he couldn't quite control it. Good defensive pressure.
Greg Campy now just kicking back.
Yeah, he looks like Tark.
93-60.
He does look like Tark there. No towel in his mouth.
30-point lead. I think you can do that right about now. But not all games are like this for Greg Campy. Inside, Burkholder with the rebound. 1:23 and counting down here in the second half. Borchard sees something in the lane, but getting his hands into Nichols for 3 outside. No. Burkholder, good hustle in the corner now. Back out to Borchard. Borchard looks inside, nothing there. Back out up top. Crum for 3. He's got them out there,
That's 3
but
free
he's been
throws.
fouled.
He'll shoot 3.
3 free throws for Crum. That's right. He was shooting from 3-point range. Crum has hit 2 3-pointers, has 9 points on the night, and would like to get into double digits here.
Yeah, one thing you got to like about this OU team, they've got a lot of versatile players. You got like Crum and Eller, they can hit the threes, but they can go in and play tough. They spread the scoring around. You got McGregor, who is a pure shooter, but he can drive if he has to. He can make the pass. He can make the layup. There's not a whole lot of one-dimensional play on this team. Everybody contributes in multiple fashion.
Saw a fan there with a bird's eye view looking right down at the bucket. So he's got a better view than our 5th camera, actually, if you're looking at the bucket. Crum hits them both, and now we'll have a chance to make it a third.
Yeah, I think the view that kid, our view of him was from the 5th camera.
That's
so
right. That's right. We never saw it. Crum hits it again.
And
so.
again, showing the importance of camera number 5.
12 points for Ken Crum off the bench tonight. And you really can't key on anybody on this Pioneer team.
No.
They've got a lot of different scores. Eller, for instance, came through here in the second half. Ty McGregor did well. And Matt Stuck, even off the free throws, has hit a total of 7 free throws in a row.
And there you got a walk on Carafa as he got it in the low post, tried to make a move, and forgot to dribble the ball.
Clock winds down now inside 40 seconds. And the Pioneers.
They better hurry if they want to get up to 100. That'll
foul underneath on Crum. Wait a second, no.
Yeah, it's on Crum.
Yeah, they're heading the other way. But Vanderwood will go to the line. Let's take a look.
Oakland foul number 50, 10.
Unfortunately,
That is his third.
can't get it to fall. And Crum comes in trying to make something happen, getting the rebound, and went right over the back.
Correction, 45 will go to the line. Going to the line is Carafa.
And from Sterling Heights, 1-and-1 situation. He makes the first.
Kevin hits his first. And his second.
Got that lead over 30 again.
Does that mean we don't get a free pizza?
Wrong.
I don't think they have that here.
I think we get a free.
No, that's only at the Piston game. Good rebound for Rafa. And this will be coast to coast here. Vanderwood. Knocked away, loose ball, finally picking it up. Nichols passing inside, Burkholder. And this will be the final shot of the game here if Plank wants to take it. 4 seconds, 2 seconds. He'll be happy just to let it run out. And that'll do it here at Oakland University. Northwood came in on a strong second half against Lake Superior State last game, and Greg Campy kind of shut the door on him here and came up with a big victory. His team led consistently in that first half and did pretty good here in the second half to kind of put it away, coming up with a big 30-point lead.
Well, you know, and just when it got a little close, he gave that little tongue lashing, and it woke more than just Burkholder up. It woke everybody up, and all of a sudden, what was a consistent 8 to 10-point lead became a 31-point victory.
You are correct, sir, and that is what happened. He gave that speech, and you're right, he didn't really give it to one person. It was to the whole team, although you said he pointed it out to one person, and I think that's the person who could take it, like you said, and I think it worked out great, because ever since that point, the Pioneers came on and played the type of basketball they could play. Yeah, and that's what we saw. 96-65, a big 29-point victory here for the Pioneers over the Northwood Northmen, if you will. And we'll be back here to wrap things up for you here at the Lepley Sports Center as the kids are taking over the court. We'll be back right after these messages.
You know, choosing a dog is a lot like choosing a car. First, you need to decide whether you're interested in a compact with 4 on the floor, a mid-size, stick optional, a deluxe with power steering. Is a new model more your style? Or one with a few miles on it? And what about color? If red, yellow, two-tone is very handsome. Of course, handling is important. And whatever you're looking for, we've got it. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. So come to our showroom today. You can even take one out for a test drive.
Back here at the Lepley Sports Center, Dave Zorin along with Joe Abramson. The score 96-65 the final, and the Pioneers finally piling it on here at the end as we see our scoring leaders. Ryan, who had 14 in the first half alone, only came up with another 4 points, but still led the Northmen with 18 points. Peck and Prieskorn both with 13 points for the Northmen. And Oakland came up with a big performance from Eller in the second half. A total of 13 points for him in the second half. He had 5 in the first, and a big three-pointer to start his scoring. McGregor had 16 points for the Pioneers as well. As we see our camera step high above Lepley Sports Center here, and next week they'll be high above the Yellow Jackets and the Trojans as they get that contest. Clawson, they take on the Yellow Jackets at Avondale Saturday and Monday at 7 p.m. right here on United Artists 63. And there, with a very eloquent pose, one of the fans here, the Pioneers, looking on, and a big victory for them tonight.
Yeah, an eloquent pose. I didn't know you could pose eloquently. That's like speak eloquently, but that's interesting.
Isn't it an eloquent pose?
It would be an elegant pose, I think.
Elegant, that's what I meant.
Okay. More importantly, though, a 31-point victory for the Oakland University Pioneers. Northwood got it to 10 points at halftime, kind of kept it close through the first 5-6 minutes, and then Campy went crazy, and the Pioneers went crazy right after that. And you saw Dennis Kahn start to play solid. You saw Burkholder, Eller, all those guys. And for Northwood, you had Ryan, who had the tough second half. If he could have kept it going while Peck was picking it up, Prescorn was picking it up in the second half, and he had 3 guys, maybe it would have been a closer game, but Oakland just overpowered them. And they're the more experienced team and the bigger team. As we mentioned before, Northwood, only 2 seniors, 3 juniors on the team. They're a team of the future.
Okay, and not to interrupt you, but one of our cameramen was falling asleep while you were talking, Joe. So let's get out of here. The final score here at the Lepley Sports Center on the campus of Oakland University. The Pioneers 96 and the Northmen 65 in a very impressive victory. For Joe Abramson and all of us here at TCI Sports, I'm Dave Zorin. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll join you next week from Avondale.